Hello everyone, this is Bethany from Southern Couture, and I cannot believe that we're already into the second month of Revival Camp this year with Illustrated Faith. So last week I shared an unboxing of the whole kit, so make sure you head over to Illustrated Faith and grab it. If you missed that unboxing, there's a link to that video down below so you can check it out and see what's included, or you can also get the digital version from Illustrated Faith. But today I'm going to share with y'all how I have my entire Traveler's Notebook devotional set up with lots of tip-ins, pockets, and some fun little extra journaling spots to give you plenty of space for writing your notes if you love working inside of the devotional instead of in something separate. And it's also a really fun way to use supplies from the kit and also some printables or things from your stash. I kind of went through my stash, the kit, and some printables and had a lot of fun putting this together. So as you know, I have some new printables that will go along with this kit that you guys asked for. And this is the Sewn Together Volume 2. There's a couple new designs, and there's some new things that I've never had in the shop before, so I hope you'll check those out. But the whole collection is Sewn Together Volume 2, and I'll have a link to my shop down below where you can grab those. I did have some printables that went along with the first part of the Big Story series, so if you didn't grab those, the colors all coordinate with both kits. It's pretty much the same color schemes, so you can grab those if you want. And then these I'm really excited about because I'll tell you why. I would go through and be doing some like little pockets or inserts for journaling, and I always felt like I needed a card that was just a little bit skinnier that I could just slide right down in my pocket to journal. And sometimes I would have to trim off the edges or cut down paper, and I really wanted to have something that I could just slide in there as a little pocket note card. And so that is what I have in the shop new, are these cards that I hope will help y'all as much as they helped me when I set this up. It made it so much easier. It made it just a breeze. So I have two different sets of them, and these are called pocket journaling cards, and then you've got your pocket patterned cards. And so there are two different sets that you can get, and each one will come with 2 pages with all of the different colors. I did want to do one with the grid blocks because I wanted a place that I could write my notes on it, and so that might be a little bit harder, of course, on the patterned ones. So I wanted a place for my notes, and I love having the colored borders that coordinate along with the kit. So you get 2 pages, lots of different colors that all go along great. And then you'll have and these I do print on white cardstock. And then you've got this page with or 2 pages in this set with lots of different patterns. I love the gingham. I love these little blocks, like little quilt patchwork. These are really fun because it's like color monotone, whatever you want to call that, color on color with a light pink background and kind of that orangey mustard yellow background. And I love it. I'm telling you, I just am obsessed with them, and I'll show you how I use them. But these are some that I cut out on cardstock, and it just makes it so fun to have that little card there that I can use to write. These would be great also to write scripture memorization if you do stuff like that, to pop into your planner, your wallet, to give to a friend, leave on a windshield of a car, tape onto a bathroom mirror, whatever, to just leave some encouragement. So there's lots of other ways that you can definitely use a lot of the printables. And then we had a few patterned papers for the part 1, but for part 2, I wanted some more patterned papers, but I wanted them to be some new or different designs a little bit, just change it up, and also make them bold. I don't know why, but I wanted them to be very bold, and so that's where these come from. So you'll see these bold patterned papers in the shop, and I love how these stripes are the diagonal stripes. I loved using these little patchwork type blocks to go along with the whole sewing theme of these kits, and the gingham, and then more of that diagonal gingham, and some of these bold squares here are diamonds. So a lot of fun goodies over there. Make sure you head over to the Etsy shop. Like I said, the link is down below, and those are Sewn Together Volume 2, and then Volume 1 is also still there if you didn't get any of those from before. So let's go ahead, we'll dive in here. I used all sorts of fun things to set this up. I hope you guys enjoy it and find it helpful. So when I first open it, you know I love to have a place to start off a devotional or any kind of study with a prayer. So I took one of these patterned cards just to lay down a little bit of layer. I like to go with colors that are already a lot of times on that page, and I feel like using like this blue gingham makes the blue in the background just pop off the page. So that's why I did that. This is a piece from the first kit, so you'll see items in here that came along with the first kit that I didn't use up completely, and then stickers and other things like that that came with this kit. One thing you'll also notice is some of the little stenciling. I did more of that stenciling here with this heart, and those are from the stencil that came with the kit too. So when you see that on the page, I love adding that little pop of stenciling with a black, you know, just really super fine tip pen, because it makes it so just like another layer of dimension and all to the page. Now with the first kit, I shared this, and I did it again with this one because I like to keep things the same. I put in a little insert in the front that had all of my badges that I earn, even though we don't, you know what I mean, that I earned as I went through all the devotionals, and I like to put those there. What I did, if you missed that first video, is I take the stickers. These are all the stickers that came, this middle part with the kit. I take the sticker and then I just stick it right down onto the bold patterned papers that I had, and then I just cut out a bigger circle around it and use some of those like adhesive pop dot type things that raise it up off the page, and that gave it more of a 3D dimension, and I wanted that to pop and not just be flush with the page. So I got those down. These grid blocks I have for Sewn Together Volume 1, they match with this one as well, and I put those down because as I go through and we do the different lessons, as I'm doing Peacemaker and 1 Peter, I want to be able to write down either that scripture or my biggest takeaway from that devotion as I go back and maybe look at this next year or years to come. And then on the back side, I did the same thing. One thing I wanted to mention, I just forgot. This was a packaging that came with the kit for some of the supplies. And so I just used this little card that was part of the packaging, and I cut it out the same size on some of that bold patterned paper, and then stuck them together and put it in with some washi tape. And then this big story part 2 to label it, because it had something else under there, I just cut it off of some of the packaging in there and used it. And then over here, just added some stickers, some stenciling, and things like that. I wanted to do some of those little pocket inserts. This first pages here of the devotion are all pretty full, and there's not a lot of space to put anything. I could have covered this up, but I didn't want to cover up the title, so instead I made a little tip-in pocket, and I just took a couple of the pattern journaling cards, and I put those together, of course leaving a spot open at the top, and that worked perfect to put in the pocket card. So sometimes when they're thicker cards and you have adhesive, they want to get stuck and you can't get them out as well. Well, this works great because it slides in and out. You see how easy that is. And these are those pocket grid journaling cards, okay? And then I just took that stencil and added a little fun detail there on the front and the back, stuck those together. And now I have plenty of space to do journaling as I'm going through this part of the devotion. You'll notice too, I won't explain every single detail of every page, but I've taken pieces from the first and the second kit just to add some embellishments on there. This is from the sticker sheet with this kit, and then I put it in with the washi there, and that just helps it where I can flip it back and forth. And then over here, this was really fun. I had went through my scraps and I had found this like Memory Decks clear type green tinted Memory Decks card, and I was like, oh, that would be fun to make like a little mini Memory Decks in my devotional, and the color matched perfectly with this page, so that's what I did there. I just put it in with washi, and then I wanted this fun little patterned card behind it to give it some more color, and then I've got a journaling card back there. So if I wanted to go back and add another journaling card, I certainly could as I worked through. That would be really cute, so I may do that. And then just added a few embellishments here. But if you have like some clear paper or packaging from things, you could always just cut that out and make your own little Memory Decks card, if you are your own. It's technically a Memory Decks card. You can't tell because the washi is covering it up, but you could, almost just looks like a little file, you know, folder or something like that. Okay, over here, I loved adding the stenciling. It's so fun. That stencil that came with it, I'm really obsessed with it now because you can add little fun pops here and there of detail. Added some embellishment there. Put this little baggie that I had in my stash and just inserted it with washi and put some of those pocket cards in there. And then this is just the packaging off the washi that I folded over just to have a little piece there to be able to pull it out. And then over here, I just went back to some good old-fashioned paper layering and layered a patterned journaling card, one of the pieces from the first kit, some of the stickers stenciled, and that's it. I love it. I absolutely love it. I did some more good old-fashioned paper sticker layering, put down some scraps I had of that bold patterned paper with some other little pieces. This is also a piece of bold patterned paper with a sticker on top of it, and then a little scrap piece of the baggie, some stenciling. I've added some other little embellishments there. And then over here, I had another one of these little pocket or another one of these little baggies that was from probably an order or something, and I kept it and used some of the alpha stickers there and put some journaling cards. And you see how skinny this baggie is, and these still fit right in it perfectly. I didn't have to trim them down at all. And actually, these are some of the little confetti felt pieces that came like with Grace and Gratitude kit maybe last year. And I think this is actually the pocket they were in, and I had not used all of them. And so I picked the ones that kind of matched the kit and just kind of sprinkled them throughout and used them as like little tabs, or what I call grabbers, to pull out my pocket cards. And then over here, this was really fun too. So I needed more space because, as you can tell, there's not a lot of journaling space or even anywhere to put a card. And so instead of just doing a normal tip in, I thought it would be fun to do this little overlaid flap type tip in, and I love it. So it's just 3 of the pocket journaling cards, and I have put some little embellishments here and there and just stuck them all together with washi. But when you flip up, instead of it having the plain background, I took those patterned pocket cards and put one on the back so that you would have that fun little surprise when you flip it up of more color. And then you have places that you can journal still. And then you want to make sure that you leave it where you can still flip it all the way up to read all of that page. And I love that. I love those stripes so, so much. They're so fun. Okay, we're getting close, guys. Here is the next little page. I used, this is the, oops, so you gotta be careful. I popped that up and didn't stick it down good enough. But this was the packaging on the back of the stencil from the kit, and I cut it down to make a pocket. These are those little adorable fabric triangle pieces, and I wanted to have kind of like that design that's on the front of the devotional and put it here, and it worked out great. I love the black and white, and y'all know I do, so I had to use that. And then just put in some of these. I didn't put on the back, but you certainly could. But you could journal on the back of just the plain white too, and I made those into little pocket cards. And then back here, I went with some of the elements from the kit that I really liked and wanted to use somewhere. So I layered those there just for some fun design and put a little card there where I could journal. And then back here on this last page is the conclusion, and we have our big takeaway. So even though I have my little takeaway part here, what is fun is that you could go through and just write the scriptures if you wanted to, or you could use this as a place to just elaborate on more of your takeaways. And so instead of just writing it right on the page, I thought it would be fun to make those takeaways really pop like I did with the front card insert. And so I took some of the grid journaling cards and just cut off the trim and cut them to fit and put, a couple of those in there. And then just added some embellishments, and that was it. So that is my little traveler's notebook for this second part of Big Story. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope you love seeing. I wanted to come up with some different and little fun new ideas for things that you could do in your traveler's notebook. If you were looking for something new to do or to try, I hope you will enjoy. Make sure you go grab your kit from Illustrated Faith or the digital copy, and you can print out and put your own devotional together. And then make sure you check out the new printables in my Etsy shop. I really appreciate you guys' support and your love all the time. It means the world to me. That whole collection is sewn together. Volume 2, and again, Volume 1 that went along with Part 1 would also match because of the color schemes are so similar and the same. So Have a wonderful day. I will be back very soon. Make sure you are subscribed and you click that bell icon so you know when the next video is coming out. And I'll see you then. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.